Good morning and welcome to today's session of Imagine America Radio, our continuing career and technical education webinar series. My name is Bob Martin. I'm the president and CEO of the Imagine America Foundation. Joining me today is my foundation colleague, Lee Doubleday. We're extremely excited about today's topic, Nurses Making a Difference, Nursing Careers, with Rasmussen University. Rasmussen University is an institution of higher learning dedicated to global enrichment and meeting the evolving needs of the diverse communities they serve, with an emphasis on innovative programs, dynamic curriculum, and general education skills. Rasmussen is committed to being a pioneer in the field of career-focused education. Rasmussen University is also a new partner in the Imagine America Foundation Scholarship and Award programs. Your students can now apply for a scholarship to attend Rasmussen University through our foundation. If you'd like more information about the scholarship programs and how your students can apply, just contact us. We'd be happy to talk with you.
Since our beginning in 1999, Imagine America remains a leading sponsor of scholarship aid to enrolling high school students. However, our country faces a serious shortage in qualified workers. We hear from employers in virtually all sections of the country desperately looking for qualified employees, so we need to do more. Our partner in today's presentation again is Rasmussen University, and joining us today to discuss in detail this looming worker shortage and how Rasmussen University is helping meet this need is Nana Ose-Bonsu. But before turning the program over to Nana, let me outline today's agenda. Today's session of Imagine America Radio will be 30 minutes maximum, with question and answers at the end of the presentation. All participants are encouraged to submit questions while the presentation is in session via the Q&A or the chat feature in this Zoom meeting. At the end of the presentation, or approximately 10:25, we will then present any questions offered by the participants, and we'll address as many questions as possible and provide written responses in follow-up emails if necessary. We will have a hard close at 10:30 a.m. to be respectful of your time. So without taking any more time out of today's presentation, let me turn today's session over to Nana. Nana, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Lee, and welcome everyone to the Rasmussen University Imagine America Foundation presentation on Nurses Make a Difference, nursing careers, and also discussing the Imagine America Foundation Scholarship. My name is Nana Ose-Bonsu. I'm actually the Associate Director of Admissions at the Orlando campus. And my job really today is really provide you guys with a ton of details about how to communicate with your upcoming students coming out of high school, and really figuring out what career path they're interested in when it comes to healthcare. We'll be communicating the importance of college, and we all know as administrators and counselors the importance of the student developing those skills that they will learn in college to be able to further their careers, and all the different jobs when it comes to nursing. Now, we will also be discussing some possible career directions and focusing on different programs that are available to help that student with that career decision that they'll make coming to Rasmussen University. Now, also, we'll be discussing different traits made to help those students thrive in nursing and what they'll be learning in the program, the additional educational options, and also teach you guys a little bit about who Rasmussen University actually is. We also will discuss the Imagine America Foundation Scholarship that we have for your high school student, and that'll leave some time for Q&A at the end. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right in and discuss communicating the importance of college. Now, we all understand that we have those students that are interested in developing their education and their skills to reach a particular career goal. So we have those students that we provide resources and discuss those opportunities with. But what about those additional students that may not necessarily know what they want to do, or those students that have decided, well, high school is the last stop on the train, and I'm going to go right into the workforce and not actually get my education? Or what about that student that decided, you know what, I actually don't want to see everything through to the end in high school. I just want to jump right into the workforce, maybe because something is happening at home, or they're just ready to just get out of school. it's important that we actually discuss how important college is. And this slide here actually is a real eye opener for many of our students that we discuss the importance of college with. Now, this information was pulled from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and it discusses the median work weekly earnings and also unemployment rate based on the student's credentials. Now, as you can see here, for a student that has less than a high school diploma, when it comes to the median weekly earning potential based on the information pulled in 2020, it's a real major gap between that student and the student that ends up getting their bachelor's degree and the opportunities they can get in earning that additional income. Many of those students, when they are making those decisions, that's really what they're looking at, being able to work, giving themselves an opportunity to support their families, but they're not looking at the entire picture. They're looking just at what's happening right now. And as administrators and counselors, we want to make sure that they understand that the opportunities that they can be afforded really does help with a college education and a college degree. Likewise, when it comes to unemployment rate, as you can see, the major gaps between a student that has less than a high school diploma and a student that actually has a bachelor's, what that unemployment rate looks like based on educational level in 2020. So as we are discussing to the student all the important aspects of getting their degree, we also want to stress on the things that not only that they'll be learning in terms of the hard skills in the program, but also the additional soft skills that are really going to help propel them into their career paths. And that leads us to the next slide when they talk about developing valuable soft skills. Now, this information was also pulled from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Foundation, and 77% of employers found soft skills to be as important as cognitive skills. Now, as a student here at Rasmussen University, a student is going to be developing these skills throughout their entire program, learning everything from using digital fluency to the importance of information literacy and how information can be used to really help an individual or a company to spread their message. So utilizing a variety of critical thinking skills and communication skills throughout their projects. But of course, having the ability to do everything ethically and having that personal responsibility to their customers and to their shareholders and really to the communities that they service, but then also the diversity and the teamwork that comes around it. We all know that as we develop those skills and we start working for certain employers, and even as we move on in life, we're working with all walks of people, from different backgrounds to different educations, different experiences. So we want to give our students that ability to mix all of these things throughout their education and be able to prepare them for their careers. Now, let's talk a little bit about the actual healthcare industry a little bit, because some students are thinking about jumping into a career in healthcare. Maybe they are looking to be a doctor, or maybe they want to be a nurse. Maybe they're thinking about medical assisting, or even they're thinking about some of the different career paths that are behind the scenes. And we want students to look at this projected job growth between 2020 and 2030. And this information was also pulled from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. As you can see, when it comes to all occupations, there's a 7.7% increase in job opportunities in all occupations. But when you look at specifically healthcare, the healthcare industry is booming. 16%, about 2.6 million new jobs to be available between 2020 and 2030. So if you do have that student that is really passionate about helping individuals and really looking to jump into healthcare, this could be a great industry for that particular student. Now, let's talk about the possible career paths that a student looking into nursing can go into. Many times students are interested in that career path because they may know someone that's in that industry, or they are passionate about working with an individual in a hospital. Maybe they want to work with children, but sometimes they're not sure about the variety of career paths that are available to them. They just know about being a nurse. And this slide actually really outlines some great opportunities for students that either have a practical nursing license or a registered nurse going into pediatrics or dialysis, maybe even cardiac care. It's going to be important that a student really knows the variety of opportunities in working within healthcare as a nurse. Now, let's just say that student decides, you know what, now that I am a registered nurse, I'm ready to really take my career and my education to the next level. Maybe they're now thinking about going into a program where they can obtain their MSN. We do offer the MSN program at Rasmussen University as well. Now they're thinking about possibly teaching or maybe caseworking. Maybe they want to be that nurse practitioner. So it's important that when you are discussing opportunities with a student, that you do provide them with these resources of the different career paths that are within nursing, and really discuss what Rasmussen University can really help your student with. Now, when we talk a little bit about those skills that I mentioned earlier, there's a variety of traits that the healthcare career path is looking for in an individual. And we like to harp on all of these items that you see here on the screen throughout the student's education, because we want to prepare them for really the type of environment they're about to embark upon. As we all know, we're living through COVID-19, and our students were able to continue to thrive through the helping individuals and working within their particular units, because they were able to utilize these skills that you see here on the screen. Being detail oriented and being able to figure out different problems and having that critical thinking, and to be able to have that problem solving, to also being able to communicate effectively, because they were doing that throughout their entire program in their labs and clinical settings. And of course, having that compassion and empathy, to be able to deliver certain information uh, to family members or even the individual themselves and as a patient. So we want to make sure that as a student is developing their skills, and not only the skills of learning how to become a nurse, but they're also developing these traits as well, because it is going to help build the value of the experience that the patient is actually having. Now, when we talk about the growth, starting point from beginning to end here at Rasmussen University, we have a variety of programs that students can start off with, in as few as 12 months when it comes to nursing, all the way into our doctoral and DNP program. Now, a student coming to Rasmussen would be a full-time student taking a minimum of 12 credits each quarter, where we work on a quarter system of 11 weeks. Students then have 2 weeks off and then continue on 11 weeks, so on and so forth, until they finish their program. This allows that student to really jump into their career path a lot faster, because we are going all year round. Now, for a student looking to break into the industry of nursing, they can actually start off in our practical nursing diploma program and obtain their LPN at the end of their program once they sit for their NCLEX, NCLEX PN, or they can actually jump right into an RN-based program and actually obtain their associate's degree with our professional nursing associates program. Students also have the ability to jump right into a bachelor's degree if they decide that their main goal is obtaining their BSN, which we actually have two tracks: for a student that has no prior degree, or for a student that already has a bachelor's. So it really does offer that opportunity for either type of student to jump directly into our program. What's really neat about Rasmussen University, with our ADN program, is that we're actually the #1 educator of ADN grads in the country. And that's information that has been conferred through IPEDS between the years of 2016 and 2019. So during that time, we were actually the #1 college in the nation providing the health industry with ADN graduates. Now, from the bachelor's degree, our students have the opportunity to continue to progress. Maybe they're looking at leadership opportunities. Maybe they are looking at developing some informatics or simulations, and that's where the master's degree or a doctoral program come into place. So the student really has the opportunity to stay right here at Rasmussen University and obtain everything from the beginning part of their career path in practical nursing all the way to the DMP. When we talk about health sciences and the School of Health Sciences, we also offer a variety of additional programs for those students that are still looking into healthcare, but may not necessarily want to be nurses. Everything from the health information technician or health information management, where the student is progressing from medical billing and coding and understanding how to bill a patient, all the way to the actual technologies and the management of those individuals in health information. Maybe a student is thinking about maybe medical assisting, maybe nursing isn't the direction that we want to go into, but they do still want to have that one-on-one interaction with patients. Medical assisting is a great opportunity for that student as well. We also offer a variety of programs in physical therapist assistant, radiologic technologist, and surgical technologist as well. So we have a variety of programs throughout our many campuses here at Rasmussen University, but specifically the campuses here in Florida, we offer all of these various programs. Now, I want to talk about the support that your student is going to get choosing Rasmussen University as their institution of choice, because I think that additional support to help guide them into not only figuring out the best program, but also the assistance that they get as a student and beyond is really going to be helpful. Now, as I am the Associate Director of Admissions for the Orlando campus, my team that assists your student in figuring out the best program, helping them through the enrollment process and any background information that they may need, getting their transcripts, and also filling out their funding options and knowing what's available to them before they actually start classes. They do then have a dedicated advising team that's assisting them as a student, discussing a variety of resources like the library and learning services and writing labs, helping them with peer mentoring and any online tutoring that they might need throughout their actual program. But it doesn't stop there. We also know that once a student is done, they're looking at where can I work? How can I use my degree? And that's where career services comes in to assist that student in developing their resume and interviewing techniques, utilizing our systems to find different employment and how to jump on also third-party sites to apply for jobs. All of that is constructed to make sure that the student has support from the time that they request information all the way until when they graduate and are working within their careers. And throughout that entire time, they have also 24 hours a day, 7 days a week tech support to assist them with any technical needs that they may need throughout their experience here at Rasmussen. Now, let's talk a little bit about Rasmussen University and the 120 plus years of innovating career focused education that we have here at the university. Founded in the state of Minnesota by Walter Rasmussen in the 1900s, based on the premise of bringing that career focused education to the classroom, we became a educational leader in Minnesota because we wanted the students to really have an experience that not only get their education, but also have the ability to develop those additional skills that they may need to be able to go into the careers effectively and also immediately. Now, we offer 50 plus programs over various areas of study, from nursing and health sciences that we discussed earlier, but also within business, justice studies, education, technology, and also design. So although today we did discuss nursing and health sciences, If you have a student that is interested in one of these different areas of studies, we do offer a variety of programs and can provide you with a ton of information about each of the different programs that we offer across our 23 different campuses, including our online, our national online school as well. Now, Rasmussen University is regionally accredited by the Higher Learning Commission. And so we do have the standards that are necessary for your student to be able to develop the education and the skills to be able to be marketable to those employers once they graduate. Now, that brings me to the ability to additionally support your student coming to Rasmussen University. So for that high school graduate that is graduating this year in 2022 with a 2.5 GPA or above, they have the ability to apply to for the Imagine America Foundation scholarship and get up to $1,000 towards their tuition. In order for that student to apply, they can visit the Imagine America Foundation mobile app, or the URL that you see here on the screen. But the student can also apply on the Rasmussen University tuition calculator page as well. So it gives the student the ability to not only go directly to the website for Imagine America Foundation, but also visit our website to get additional information. And if you are interested in getting some additional info, or you have some topics that you would like for us to discuss with maybe parents and students, from financial aid to maybe the areas of study or the support that is available for your student, please visit Rasmussen University, rasmussen.edu, or you can contact me. My contact information is here on the screen. For more information on additional scholarships available, please contact Imagine America Scholarships by visiting imagineamerica.org. And I do appreciate everyone's time, and if there are any questions available.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Nana. We are now going to turn this over to the Q&A portion of our presentation. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask of Nana, please ask them in the Q&A portion of the presentation. The first question, Nana, this person wants to know, and I think we touched on it a little bit earlier, but this person wants to know whether or not students can apply for federal financial aid or the FAFSA to go to school at Rasmussen University.
A great question. Absolutely. So students have the ability to apply for the FAFSA. We would provide your student with our FAFSA school code and also resources to assist them in helping them fill out themselves and their parents to fill out the FAFSA. We then provide them with a full award letter that breaks down everything from grants and loans and any other funding that the student may be using to help them pay for their education.
Great. Okay.
Now, Nana, this is Bob getting back in. Let me just restate. Why don't you just touch upon the accreditation, because the two of these are kind of interrelated. In other words, accreditation of your schools gives the ability for the student to be able to be eligible to apply for federal financial aid. Your accreditation is regional, am I right?
That is correct. So with us being regionally accredited by the Higher Learning Commission, we can offer full financial services, Title IV funding to students that do apply to Rasmussen University. So once a student does apply, we are able to provide them with the full financial package that FAFSA does provide between grants and loans.
Right, and so a regional accreditation for Rasmussen University is the same as the accreditation for Florida State or University of Central Florida. It's all the same type of accreditation, am I right?
That is correct. Being regionally accredited. Now, the accrediting body may be a little bit different
Right.
in terms of SARS or our accreditation, but the actual accreditation itself is regionally accreditation. Yes, it is the same.
Now, Donna, the next question comes in regarding the associate's degree to bachelor's degree to MSN. On previous conversations with you, I believe you referred to it as your laddering process. Is that right? Am I right?
That is correct.
Could
A
you
student
walk,
can,
yeah,
yes.
walk through that, please?
Absolutely. So a student can actually ladder from a beginning program all the way through from a practical nursing diploma where once they graduate, they do not need to necessarily wait to be able to ladder into an associate's degree. Once they've passed their NCLEX and have obtained that license, they can jump right into the next program. That gives the student the ability to really continue through their education without missing out on any time. And that actually works for many of our programs in all areas of the university, whether it's within the healthcare School of Healthcare, or you're looking at one of the other 6 areas of study. Once a student actually finishes one program, they have the ability to just continue on into the next program without waiting.
You know, Nana, we've talked about this before. You've been very forthcoming. It's really a great way. What Rasmussen has put together is really a great way for someone who really has a passion for a particular career and wants to stick their toe in the water, and gives them the ability to see if, can I handle it? Can I handle the time, the education, the juggling, and then if I can move on, right?
That is correct. So it's great for that student that maybe wants to jump into the industry and doesn't necessarily know all of the career paths. They may be able to jump into a program that they can finish in as few as 9 months. Then once they've gotten their feet wet and gotten the education and maybe some of the skills that they may have not known that would be available to them, now they're ready to jump into an associate's or a bachelor's degree. And that's where that laddering really does come into play.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Now, Nana, this last question we have has to do with transfer credits. Can students who have gotten previous education, maybe at Florida State University or you name another university, can credits be transferred into Rasmussen?
Yes, so we will evaluate every student that has transfer of credit by them providing us with their official transcripts and a full evaluation on a course by course or degree by degree basis would take place. And from there, we'll be able to let the student know how long it'll actually take them to complete their program, what their actual next set of courses will actually be once they start school and beyond. And then also when they're also going to graduate, including what their financial obligation will be as a student. So having those transcripts really do help paint the entire picture for that student that is transferring from one university to Rasmussen University.
Yeah, that's extremely important. Before we close, Nana, why don't we give you an opportunity one more time to restate tell us again your contact information, even though it's on the screen. Why don't you go ahead and run that by our audience before we close?
Absolutely. So I can be reached at Nana, that's NANA .Osei-Bonsu, OSEI -BONSU at Rasmussen EDU, or you can reach me directly at 407-635-8266.
Hey, thank you very much. Let me go through a couple of logistical matters before we close down today's session. The Imagine America Foundation has recorded this session and will forward to all registrants the recording. Second, the foundation, we've placed this recording on our website, which is www.imagine-america.org, with very specific download instructions. Lee and I encourage any and all of the audience to go back and take another listen. You always find you miss something the first time through, and going to the recorded session gives you the ability to look at that. Third, is that we're going to send out a follow-up survey to you, and we hope that you'll get an opportunity to look at the survey and respond back to Lee with any feedback that you want to have us consider. Before closing, we want to thank the participants that joined us, the educators who took time out of their very busy schedules to carve out a little bit of time to listen to today's presentation from Rasmussen University. We know you've got a number of competing demands on your time. We just appreciate you giving us just a little piece of your day. Thank you very much. Also like to thank Nana for its outstanding presentation and sharing with us today Rasmussen University and nursing careers. Now, I would be very remiss if I didn't go on and personally thank Nana for the outstanding graduates, because my wife just went through a procedure here in Southwest Florida, and every one of the young people were Rasmussen University graduates. They were outstanding, Nana. You should be very proud of yourself. Finally, before I close, on behalf of the Imagine America Foundation, Lee Doubleday and myself, we hope you all have a great day, and goodbye.